Oh man, the same song? I really need a new playlist. Anyway, fresh start. What the hell is on my sleeves? I thought I dropped with a fresh suit. Alright, we're gonna drop and we're gonna do this my way. We're not doing this stone pickaxe and sitting around in thatch shacks and all that stuff. We're gonna jump out here, we're gonna grab the stuff out of the ship, and we're gonna roll. Oh man, the fresh air. If I can only take my helmet off. Oh, shh, let's listen to him.
UDA, you'll need to craft a short-range radio. Plenty of folks need help, and factions pay well for prospectors that offer their time. Up to you. Stay safe.
We're gonna stay safe there, fella. Alright, let's take a couple of these because we're going straight to this cave. We're not sitting out here and struggling around trying to repair a house when it rains and all that stuff. So we're gonna roll down here. I got a nice cave that I love to start out at. Let's reload this gun because we're gonna grab us some leather on the way. So anything we see other than rabbits, we don't want rabbits. We just want some good meat. What's this? Oh, wolf. Come here, wolf. What up now? Oh, almost missed him. See what he gets. Wolves always get the best stuff, man. Like, you get the assortment of meat up. I got 2 meat. What the hell? I was trying to tell you that I was going to get a bunch of stuff there, and I got 2 meat. You'll see in a minute. We're going to kill us a wolf, and you're going to have like 3 or 4 different types of meat and stuff in there. But anyway, I'm starting with my fresh start here, fresh world, so we can do us a brand new base build. And I got a couple spots that I want to build bases. Oh, we got something over here again. What's that? Come here, wolf. Maybe he'll have more stuff. Let's see. And then this knife that I'm using can cook the meat for me, so it has a chance to cook the meat. It's not always going to cook the meat. Alright, well, we got some bacon that time. Some bacon out of the wolf. Some pork meat. And then, so we're going to need some, it's dark here. We need some fiber. Get us a torch going here. And then we're going to run over to this cave that I like to start in right here. Got us another animal here. We'll grab that on the way too. But I like to start in this cave because I don't have to build a little wood house or any of that stuff. So, and it's a pretty large cave. There's another wolf. All right, let's see what he gets. Burn his ass up. All right, come on, give me more meat. Come on. All right, yeah, there. See, there you go. There's 4 different types of meat out of the wolf. So you go out hunting looking for meat. Just look for wolves, and then get some more fiber. We're gonna need a lot of rope. So we're gonna streamline this pretty quickly right here. First thing my goal is to get my orbital exchange out so I can start calling more stuff down. I can get my mounts down, throw me out a couple raptors so they can, you know, guard me while I do stuff. I was hoping this would be open. Let's chip through this. And we need it to rock anyway. We'll use it for something in a minute. Alright, while we're chipping away here, I'll try to give you a little bit of a breakdown on some of my gear. So, the pickaxe I'm using has a chance to smelt the ore when I start mining it. So, we won't have to have the smelter out to get the orbital exchange going kind of quick. So, we're gonna pop that out like within the first like 8 minutes or something of landing. We'll have the orbital exchange out, call down some raptors, and then we'll go from there putting out some tables in here. And this cave's big enough that we're able to put a bunch of tables in here without building a little temporary shelter, and then we'll build us a stone table once we get the masonry bench out, and we'll head down to the location that I have picked out that I want to try to build a base, and we'll kind of look at what I look at when I'm trying to lay out a base and the direction I start trying to build it and stuff from the scratch and from the start. I do have some locations in the north that I want to build, but that's a major. Ooh, look at that! Look at that! That one chop, one hit a quitter right there. That perk right there, the 1% chance to take the whole tree. I get that mining with the armature and the suit that I'm wearing. So you'll see maybe at some point when I get the mining with the armature in a little bit, you might see it happen where I take like a big rock all at once. Alright, we're going to stack some stuff out here. We're going to need this stuff eventually. So I want to go ahead and get the stuff to get my crafting table down. So orbital exchange right after I get the crafting table down. And then we'll need a anvil, a carpentry bench, the smelter, the masonry bench, the textile bench for sure, because we're going to make some pouches to be able to carry all this stuff. It kind of sucks not to have your pouches early on, so we want to get those as quick as possible. And I'll cut my light off, put it back on. Yeah, and then this is how you do it when you've played the game for 2,000 hours. Like with I'm at like 1980 some hours right now, so I'll be hitting 2,000 hours pretty soon. Oop, let's take these things out. You can run in here, look at the little spot on the ground, just knife them in the face when they pop up. You don't have to wait on them. Take them out. And then we got plenty of room up in here. We can lay all kinds of tables out up in here. And then I took those vaccines when we landed, so I ain't got to worry about poison or cave lung. But if you watch on the right as I'm mining, you'll start seeing, see, I got some ingots right there. I already got 8 ingots of the copper already smelted, so that's my 8 for the orbital exchange. Go ahead and put the crafting bench down. And now we need some iron. So we just do the same thing. You know, if you didn't have this, you could start and you just put down a rock smelter or whatever it is, the stone smelter. And then you can smelt the ore. You just got to stand around and wait on it. So this is instantly smelting it. This is taking a little bit more than normal, but we'll use the ore for some nails to make the pouches. So, all right, where's some more? Come on here. Give me some ingots. Give me some ingots. Ah, man, I need to get me some food so I can get some stamina up, like standing around waiting thing. That, or I get the orbital exchange down, I get my armature going. The armature is amazing. That whole thing where you can just run without it taking any stamina, and then it giving you the ability to stay in the caves without getting sick. Pretty awesome piece of gear. Damn, this is taking forever. Come on. There's 7. All right, there we go. Finally got 7 after we got all that 162 ore. Let's see. Oh, look, they gave us 5 in that one hit right there after it took so long to get. So we should have enough here. We got to make some rope. Make 8 rope. And then we'll make the orbital exchange. Go ahead and call down these raptors. Then we need to make the smelter. That way we can make us some the ingots for the anvil. Anvil. I said that country as hell. So I was wondering, like, if I should like run to the 3 locations that I have in mind and show them all to y'all in this first episode. We'll do this like a series maybe. So we'll get started here. I'll show you how fast I get everything rolling and how I pick my locations and get all my materials going so quickly and stuff like that. And then we'll maybe we can talk about it and see which location y'all think I should build at. Maybe that'd be interesting. We can scout the 3 locations maybe at the end of this before we end, or maybe, you know, we go to the first location and it just looks so cool that we just say that's where we're gonna do it and that's where we build, and I'm gonna come up with something awesome. I'm gonna do it. All right, so let's call us down some raptors. Well, that was 8 minutes. Only 8 minutes in, we got the orbital exchange already. All right, let's go ahead and get a few more things down. We'll get the 3 raptors there. I recently cleaned out my mounts. Like, dude, it was so overloaded, it was crazy. So I went and dropped them all. Like, and then there's only a couple there that I wanted to use, and 1 or 2 that got randomly left. All right, some more rope. All right, so we got us the armature. We'll see. I'll show you how that thing works in a minute. If you ain't never seen that, if you don't have the great hunts, like, might want to pick up that DLC. Some of the gear that comes out of that's pretty sick. All right, so we got the saddle on them. They're probably locked right there. Like when they first land, they're all like locked, but we'll put them on follow. Eventually they'll unlock and come to me. Get us some more fiber. We're gonna need a whole lot of rope. Make these bags, and then we need some ingots for the anvil, and then we need a bunch of nails, and then leather. So we're gonna have to do some hunting. We need a lot of leather. Oop, what it is? Got a little bit of rain. Just a little small shower, so nothing to worry about. And that's why I start in these caves like this, so I don't even have to care about the storms. All right, let's see here. We need a few different things. We'll go ahead and get the textile bench out so I can make some bags. And then we're gonna need the masonry bench, the carpentry bench, First we need the anvil, so we need to get some more ingots. And then I'll probably build a cement mixer. That way, I always like to start my bases using cement pieces or concrete pieces or whatever, because they're easier to kind of build with and have your grid patterns when I start doing my multi-grid and stuff like that. So, and you don't have to worry about them getting damaged while you're building and keep repairing or even care about that. So at some point I'll make a whole bunch of concrete pieces or limestone pieces if I can get a drill going, and then we'll start the base. I'll probably start with the centralized area with the crafting area. So you'll see how I set up the entire crafting block area, how I organize my cabinets, which tables I set side by side, stuff like that. It's pretty efficient after you've played the game as long as I have. You learn which tables should be there, and I might have 4 or 5 of certain tables because you just need that many, because they're the main ones you use frequently, and they get overloaded with materials because they're the ones you need a lot of, or they take forever to craft something. So yeah, you'll see that first. So we'll start with a centralized crafting area, and then we'll move into a kitchen where I'll do some multi-grid stuff, add some countertops, try to be pretty creative, make it look as realistic as like some fancy nice kitchen could be in real life. And see, if y'all enjoy this, maybe I'll do more builds like this. But this is going to kind of be a test. Like if this flops, nobody cares, nobody watches this, then I'll probably just build the bases on my own time like I have been, and then just post it when it's done. But I figured it'd be cool if y'all just came along with me on the ride this time and watched what I do, how long it takes, stuff like that. Like, some of my base builds, I might build the structure and then tear it down and then rebuild it and tear it down and then change the shape of it, and then eventually I start adapting it in. We're gonna need some leather, start taking them out. Whoa, damn. All right, so see, he just snapped to me finally. He was stuck down there, scared the shit out of me. He was there to protect me though, boy. And then 2 meat again. Oh, 2 meat woofy. Alright, so we need some silica, a few other things, so just random stuff to throw in the mortar and pestle. So good little set right here. We got some silica, sulfur, and oxide. So, and then I got my armature. This thing is badass. Good, watch out there. I'll knock his ass out. So grab a little bit of all of this. You'll see at some point, I'll try to punch some of them big rocks in front of the base when I need the stone. Oh, trees are falling. I didn't think the 2-star storm was going to be that bad, but shit, watch out. Alright, so, oh man, I'm over encumbered. This is why you need those bags, the pouches, and then get those pouches early on, like, so you'll see here in a minute. I'll make some of them. But watch out, something got hurt down in there. Is that an animal or the tree got hit markers? That ain't even help. We'll just carry it. Figured I'd come back for it later, but alright, let's get over here. They really did a good job with the storms in this game. They're so fun sometimes, like when you get actually caught in them and you've got to try to figure out what to do and adapt and survive. So, and if you get caught in one at nighttime, like, it's pretty crazy too. Like, of course, that's if you keep your gamma down and don't cheat it out with turning your gamma up, and keep your experience kind of immersed with the darkness. Yes, the darkness. Yeah, alright, let me stop that. Getting a little weird there. We gotta have fun with it, right? Though I normally don't do these videos where I just sit and chat through the whole time like I'm streaming or something. I normally just edit my videos and keep it serious, but I figured, hey, let's have fun with this. You go along with me, and we'll build us a cool base, and you can see my whole thought process along the way. Yeah, man, I gotta come up with something cool in this base. Like, I've got to top the other ones. Like, I don't want to make it a mega base this time because, like, a mega base takes so long to get all the material. Whether or not that, like my last base was awesome, that was a lot of material went into that. Like the stone brick, the beeswax and stuff like that, all the limestone, and then it was massive. So like the one that's on Elysium, that mansion, that one's a little more manageable of a size. So I'm probably gonna try to build something around that size, or maybe even smaller, and kind of compact the stuff in really detailed with the multi-grid stuff, and be creative with how it all kind of joins together with a cool flow. You know, maybe we won't do like this like awesome trophy room or all this additional stuff in this one. We'll focus on a realistic looking, efficient base that's got some creative flow to it, and we'll see what kind of style we come up with. I don't know if we're going to do modern style this time, or if we'll adapt to something outside of that. I've enjoyed the modern style, so it probably will be a modern style base. I've got so many of them in my head that I want to try to build. So, and then I've got other builds that I want to try to build. I don't really want to give those away, but those are really complicated and like could take 100, 200 hours. Like I've got this one idea where if the game will handle it, I want to do like 40 different structure, like a whole village and a town and everything. Like, so I don't want to get too deep into my ideas and somebody else think that they can go, take my idea and run with it or whatever. But I guess if they want to spend the 100, 150, 200 hours that it would take to do what I'm thinking, yeah, go right ahead. But I don't want to commit to that yet. So this base here is going to be something a little bit more manageable. So, whoa, look at that, boy. 945 rock in one punch. Bow. Like, the armature is sick, dude. Like, we got to get them bags. That over-encumbered crap sucks. But, yeah, we'll try to keep it a manageable but creative. And I'll do a bunch of cool stuff along the way. That way you can see, how I get my stuff lined up. I know my boy Urinal, he keeps asking me to kind of redo my kitchen from the Elysium base because he wants to see how I got everything lined up so clean and stuff. So maybe I'll do some awesome kitchen like that and kind of mimic or slightly recreate that one with a few different modifications as changes and stuff, because I don't want to build the base identical to that one. I want to do something completely different. And then how I did my halo lit kind of drop ceiling in the last base, or the stages with the little light glowing out from under them in my different rooms and different walkway paths and stuff like that. The resets picture frames, I've tried to come up with something custom each time. So I've got a couple more things. We'll see how they work out. We'll start testing them out once we get some of the base built, but that'll probably be after I get the initial central piece of the base built, like I was talking about with like the crafting area and stuff. So we'll get the crafting area set up, we'll get our storage set up, and then we'll work on getting a nice kitchen built, and then we'll go from there, see what we need that might dress it up a little bit and see what we're missing. But whether or not we're adding pools and rocket ships, starship launch pads and all that stuff, and barns, we'll see. But like the last one, I had a fire lookout tower, a barn, that huge base with all that detailed stuff in it, and then out behind it was like a pasture for like the animals, and then I created like the front of that mine to make it look like I was mining back here. I took all the stuff out of the DLC mission from the Quarite missions and brought it back there and did my own kind of mine, which was pretty cool looking. I don't know if you've seen the video, but if you haven't, check it out, because it's pretty cool ass base, like something to be proud of. One of my good achievements. And then like seems the community enjoyed looking at it. So hopefully you'll enjoy the space here too. But that base also had the geyser event set up where I'm sitting out there farming my stuff. It has the trapping network from my video where I did the trapping network. That's right outside of that estate property, but kind of butted up against it. And then right above that is a farm that I have a video on, but I've never really posted it because I think I could have did more, and I was going to go back and add to it. And then I don't know if it was an update, like in my 1,500 hours played video, I kind of showed it and talked about it, where the house, the cabin there is just gone. Like the only thing was there was the stone foundation and I think it was 4 glass walls and 1 copper pot hanging on the wall. So it either burnt down because I was over at the geyser and just didn't notice that it was on fire, or I visited it like the day after, like a update on Thursday night or whatever, and it was like that. So I don't know if like the update really could have did something like that and just took everything. So like everything that was beeswax was gone. Every piece of furniture, every piece of everything was gone. Missing currency. All right, let's sell some of this stuff here. We get the Xeon backpack, or Zion, however you say that. So we're going to do some hunting, and that'll give us a little bit of extra resources each time we kill something. So before we go out hunting, I'm going to make sure we get a few things here going, because I want to get some more nails going. We got to make a bunch of bags when we get back with all that leather, and then we'll look at making some structural pieces. Like I need to make a stone house big enough to carry the crafting tables and a place to sleep. And then we're gonna head out to the location that I think I want to build, and then we'll kind of scout that out. Like, see, you know, I don't know if I'm gonna build on the water there. Building on the water is always nice because it's flat. What's he killing over there? Like, sounds like he's killing horses, but let's go over here and get the stuff out of the rockets so we can do some hunting. But yeah, like on the water, it's flat. It's easy to build when you want to build something nice with the multi-grid or a large structure, because you don't have to build one side of it all up high or have a floor, like just different, all these broken up sections. Unless you can come up with something creative, then that's cool. But we'll use the raptor for a minute to do some hunting, save some ammo. I see you burning. Should cook him. And then I don't think I finished telling you about my gear when I dropped in. We were mining on the rock back there or whatever. Get him. Come here, dear. Thought he was going to get away from me. Damn, he's burning the damn forest down. I'm glad it doesn't do that. That messed up, set everything on fire right here. So this knife, it's giving me like 175% skinning, and then the backpack is giving me some additional stuff as well that I called down. The axe that I'm using creates coal, or has a chance to create coal, and then I'm gonna use that for fuel, and I'm gonna use that for making steel when we need concrete pieces in a little bit. And then that sickle is giving me seeds while I'm harvesting stuff, so we'll be able to use the seeds to make oil and other things later, the mannequins and stuff, if we want to put out some trophy stuff. And then cooking with the cakes and stuff, we'll have to call down some chickens. But whether or not we go that far in on this world, like, I don't know that we need cakes to build a cool base. Just talking in general, how I would speed along if this was a new world and we were going to plan on doing missions and doing something in here. Which, speaking of that, I was trying to do my 2,000 hour played video soon, so I've started compiling all the clips together from over the past, like, ah man, 700, 800, 900 hours worth of footage probably. And dude, that's so much to go through. So, and then I don't know why I saved some of it. So I've been able to clean up and delete some of it. Like I watched the clips and it could be like 20 minutes long, and I'm like, why in the hell did I even save this, or what was I recording? Like nothing happened. So it takes a long time to go through these clips and then pick the ones that I want to use for this video. So it's a little more complicated than I was hoping it was going to be. And I want to make it fun. Like the 1,500 hours played video, I watched that again. It was this morning and it was last night. Me and my girl watched it, and because we were kind of talking about the direction I was going with this 2,000 hour played video, and wondering whether or not it was the right direction. And you know, she was like, "Well, let's look at the other one again." And when we watched it, I decided that the direction I was going, I wasn't happy with, because the 1,500 hours played video is really fun to watch. It flows nicely and it shows a good experience of what Icarus is. I guess I need to go through my, 600-700 hours worth of footage that I still have and really narrow down some of the good footage, because I picked cool stuff. It's not the stuff I didn't pick wasn't cool. I just don't think that it flows in a cool timeline. So it almost gets to where I'm just like hitting milestones or achievements and giving shout outs and stuff like that. So I mean, it's still a cool concept of a video because I want to give everybody shout outs, and the videos that are in there are really fun to watch. So I'm going to do something with them. So I'll just do more of a montage kind of thing, saying this is the community event and our group and how we have fun together or something. We'll do a video like that so we can get those clips out. But I just don't think that right now that the 2,000 hours played video is something that I'm going to focus on as much. I'm going to continue working on it, but it's not something that's going to be coming out right when I hit 2,000 hours. It'll be something that I continue to narrow down, try to mold. I think with the 1,500 hours played video, I didn't sit down to create that, to post it. I knew I wanted to make the video. Just wait for this dude to stop talking.
If you want to take on more complex assignments, you'll have to craft an infrasonic relay device. Oh, almost forgot. Cinetai have come up with a fancy new way of shipping your exotic hauls around the world. They're calling it the Orbital Exchange System, OES. Abandoning all
713 blueprint points.
If you prefer. Chuck them in the pod and it drops.
And I've got multiple characters, so
OES schematic should be available if you want to build one. Good luck, Prospector.
good luck there, Prospector. I don't know why I do that country hillbilly sounding voice. Like, if I design and make a game, I'm gonna make a character like that so I can be all animated. Well, what up there, boy? But yeah, on the 1,500 hours played video, I knew that I wanted to make it, but I didn't sit down and continue to work on it that way. I worked on it, I put some clips in there, and then I didn't have as many clips to put into that, and it was easier to manage the footage. So I have so many clips to kind of narrow down, and the first 2 or 3 minutes of what I had created so far, it's going to go into something, because it's got the stuff where we were out together and Timbo didn't realize that the grenades did like friendly fire, and he blows up the whole group with trying to blow up a Corite and a whole bunch of fun stuff. So good time. Like it's really cool that, and it's pretty dope that Icarus and me making YouTube videos was able to make me link up with some cool people. Now I've got some awesome people that I play with on here, and It's cool just to, and even when you're not doing anything, you're just chilling. And then when they're not even on the game, because we've got a good community going on, we communicate about what's going on, stuff like that. We've got a dedicated server set up, and then smash him in the mouth. Oh shit, he about hit me in the face. I was ducking and weaving though, boy. You gotta move, you gotta bob and weave. Yeah, but we got a dedicated server set up, and we went through all the missions on Elysium and have a base set up and a geyser event, bunch of drills, stuff like that, the uranium event. But to do something fun now, I decided to do like a breeding camp kind of thing, because you know I collected every phenotype in the game, kind of went obsessive with that, and that's a whole nother story though. We'll get into that later. But so I've got one or more of every phenotype that's in the game, from the raptors to the gribblers, you know, and a lot of them are max stat because I took the time to breed them up and stuff like that. And they're there, and we built a facility. Well, Urinal built a facility. I dropped it. I think Maz has built a greenhouse. I haven't been able to get there and see it yet because I've been working on the videos and trying to get some stuff out. I got so many of them that I want to do. But we've got that whole area set up, and you know, people that go to the Discord, read the whole posting about the dedicated server. There's one pinned in the announcements about it. We read that message and see if it's something that you're interested in. Then DM me. I still have about 60 days left on that server, and I can always extend it. So if you're looking for a specific phenotype or a bloodline, or you're just trying to skip the whole leveling them up and getting the Pac-Man stats, and you just want to breed into some of mine and take the mounts home with you, the facility's there. So go over to the Discord and you can just read the post and DM me, or make a post there and we'll go over it. Whoa, shit. Fucking kicked out there, boy, about to smack me in my leg. And I'm sorry if I'm talking over what I'm doing. Like, I'm multitask at this game. Like, it's muscle memory to me after playing it so long. So I'm just running around and doing what I need to do while I talk to you, and kind of try to not bore you to death with telling you, oh, I'm gonna get me some sticks and grab me some rope and all that stuff. So just we'll get through this, and we'll start building us a base at some point. Get some of this meat right here. He's got some cool, like, leggings on right there, boy. Like, if he was dancing, they'd be kind of flowing around. He'd be like a disco horse, boy. That'd be a cool phenotype. Do a disco horse when y'all do a horse. If any of the devs ever watch this video and you ever hear me say that, make a disco horse. And if they do make a disco horse, then y'all know it was my idea. Yeah, I came up with it right here. Disco horse. Alright, we're gonna make it. We don't need that many walls. Let's just calm that down a little bit. We just need a little bit of a structure to be able to get the tables in. And then just the tables that we actually need to manufacture a bunch of concrete or limestone and stuff like that. And then we're gonna build that initial structure completely out of concrete. And then we'll swap it out later with the hammer into some cooler materials and kind of, theme it out with a better look. So we'll get down there and set up a little temporary camp off to the side. I like to do it away from where I'm building because I don't want to disrupt what I'm trying to do. And then if a storm comes through, I can run over to the side and it not blow all the trees down or burn stuff up if it's lightning and stuff like that. It's if I can regrow the trees, of course, with the terraforming thing, but if I'm trying to keep a specific knowledge of where the trees are and the way that it looks and stuff like that, I want them to stay there as long as I can. And these pouches, if you don't know about these pouches, you better get on these pouches. Like, they ain't no joke. Like, the weight limit or the carry capacity or whatever, like, you don't get over encumbered. So there's no weight. Just throw the stuff in and then hit sort, and then the weight will disappear. So you can carry unlimited stuff as long as you've got space for the bags, and you know, it's 6 spots per bag or whatever. So what do y'all think about doing like a community post thing over on Discord, and you can share some of your photos of your bases and stuff that you build, and we look at it each month, and either we can vote on it, or you know, I can just pick if people don't want to vote, and I pick 1 or 2 bases per month, and I can come visit, do some recording of it, and then share it in one of my videos. So there's a couple of y'all shared some photos of your bases recently over on the Discord, and they're pretty cool. So, you know, if that's something y'all are interested in, let's talk about it. And then, like, what do y'all think's gonna be like when the update's gonna come out for Elysium, like the DLC for the Great Hunt? Like, I see every week they do the updates and the future content or whatever. They keep adding stuff for like rad bosses, rad arenas, all these missions and outposts and stuff like that. But like, when the hell are they coming out with it? Anybody know? I mean, I'm ready for that. Like, that, it seems pretty cool. All the other Great Hunt stuff's been fun as hell, and all the cool items and stuff that you get out of it. Like, I can't wait. Like, I don't know about y'all, but it really does sound like a lot of fun. And at least they update every week. So, I mean, even though last week's update wasn't, you know, the most exciting for like end game players, the craftable backpack, because, you know, we don't need backpacks, but it definitely helps beginner players, because wasn't a whole lot of craftable backpacks that had, you know, good use to them. So, I mean, that's cool, but they come out of those with the phenotypes out of nowhere too. So like the Ubis, they just threw that out there out of nowhere. So like, what's next? You think they're gonna do the little pack dogs or whatever from Elysium, or are they gonna be the woolly mammoths? Like, that'd be pretty dope to get some phenotype mammoths. That'd be sick, and be able to start breeding them and get like alpha mammoths to be able to fight with and stuff. That'd be badass. Like, what do y'all want for like the next phenotype? Like, I think that the mammoth's probably what I'm pulling for is my favorite or my pick, but I'm not sure they're gonna do the mammoths anytime soon. They probably don't want us breeding those. They want you to be able to go out and get those and tame the babies and stuff like that, and have the challenge of doing that. So they'll probably prolong that. I don't know. What do y'all think? And like I was talking about with like some of the footage earlier that I have in the beginning of that one video that I'm gonna work on as a project. I'll eventually get it out because it's pretty cool stuff. But I think I'm gonna remove some of the community footage that I have and go ahead and just make us a video of that, because the stuff from the friendly fire explosive, someone accidentally getting trapped in the orbital exchange when it got sent back and they get launched off the orbit. I mean, it's just full of cool stuff. And then when you're able to see like a pack of raptors rolling through the forest, and you hit the desert and you pan out across the desert rolling into your pack, and you stop, and like the sandworm boss gets his ass kicked in like 15-20 seconds because all of y'all just attack him and blast him. You just move on to the next boss. And then we rolled up in the Corite boss, and you know, we went in there, and a couple people hadn't ever fought that boss yet, so the ones of us that had took our time and kind of let them enjoy it and fight it. So we didn't go at it too hard, and the fight went on for a while. Some people were getting smacked around and they were flying through the air and stuff. Like the clips of that are pretty funny. And then the second time we go in there, we end up, one of the Discord members wanted to take some wolves in there that they had been taming. So we took the wolves in there to see what they would do, which, you know, I take mounts into the fights a lot. So some people were speculating that they'd get killed and stuff like that, but I figured they'd be all right. And then They were pretty much all right, but I thought one or two ended up getting killed, and I don't really think the Core 8 boss did it. It was because all of us had explosive damage bullets on the second go, because we wanted to like just shred his ass. So I think the wolves ended up getting killed. Well, hold on here. Fucking get on my damn face, horse. The old disco horse. You see his leg thing right there, right? That I'm talking about with the disco horse, the leggings. Oh, disco horse. They better make my phenotype. Alright, we're down here. I'll go ahead and get this temporary structure put up. It's not going to be pretty, but I'm going to stick it over here to the side. That way it's out of my way. And then we'll take a look at the lake area right here. I'll probably build on the lake, like I said, because I like how I can make everything nice and flat. And then I can utilize some of the water and make some cool water features or something inside the house, or make a pool, or I don't know, a jacuzzi, water fountains, like just different things. So being on top of the water gives you some options and stuff like that to be able to do different things. You make fishing piers, stuff like that, and then but the area right here also has a good little like pocket over to the side, like so the water would be like the waterfront, and the property is kind of tucked in a little cul-de-sac with this cave, or not a cave, but like a canyon wall behind it. So you're wrapped in there nice. So to build in that little section's pretty cool. So, and then if you kind of line yourself up, like when I go out and look at properties or something that I'm going to build a base on, I look out at the landscape and I imagine like the directions that I would be coming in, and just think if I was designing a game world or a house in real life, like which direction would that set in that would look the best here, like when I come back in and fit in with the landscape or the terrain and stuff like that. And I'll try to do that. But so this pond area has a couple different angles that look like you're coming in, and if you would imagine there, you could build a road down or like a driveway coming in and stuff like that. This lake has a couple angles that do that. So we could either, pick one of the spots coming in like that, and then we start building out onto the water and work everything in. But we'll take a look at all this, and then we'll do like a second episode, and everybody talk about it in the comments in this episode about where we should start building. And if you don't think this spot's cool, I do have a spot that's up in the north by the lake in the same forest region, but there's a lake up in the north. It's a spot there I want to build, and then the lake in the south is always really cool to build right there. Like, I mean, I'm always drawn to that spot because you've got a nice lake right there, and a nice flat area to build. Not a lot of trees and stuff in the way, so you can get a lot of stuff built there. So get some of this fiber, get another torch going. Hey man, I gotta get a flashlight going. All this basic torch stuff, man. Need to grab some wood and stuff too, so I can build a front door on that little temporary structure there. So grab some wood. Whoa, set the damn place on fire. It's crazy that does the effect to the trees and stuff like that. I know it's supposed to burn the animals, but at least it doesn't like actually set stuff on fire. That would suck. Like, I probably wouldn't use it. Like the flamethrower is like so dangerous to use around anything, even though when you want to burn some stuff up with it, like when we were doing a community event build, we were up clearing this whole big area of chopping all the trees down, and then I decided, hang on, I'm gonna get the flamethrower, and I just started just burning everything, and then I was swiping and turning and had the entire landscape on fire, and I burnt urinal up too. So It's kind of a funny clip. I need to find that too. That's what that reminds me. I don't even think I've found that clip to put it in the video yet. So I definitely have to go back and find that. That was pretty funny. All right, let's run out here and take a look at this place real fast and see where we want to build. Like this direction right here when you come in is like a good way. It's kind of dark. Yeah, you know what? Let's get some materials for a second and let the sun come up, and then we'll do like a camera mode and fly up over the area and kind of look at it. Man, the log almost hit me in the damn mouth. You go crazy like when you see like the trees go flying off in the air. Like that's pretty funny. And they just keep bouncing and cartwheeling. You know what? This is kind of fun. This reminds me kind of a little bit back like when I used to stream like 10, 12 years ago. Like I got out of streaming for a while and I just kind of enjoy doing the YouTube videos because it's, you know, relaxing for me and I get to be able to be a little bit more creative. Streaming, you've always kind of got to entertain people the entire time and talk and stuff like that. So, you know, that's kind of reminds me a little bit of that. So, you know, maybe we'll do a little bit more of this and maybe I won't be so rusty next time and we'll have a little bit more to talk about. But it was definitely fun. I enjoyed doing this. So, but yeah, we'll get these plopped out here real fast and then maybe the sun will come up and we can see this place good. You know, I keep wanting to build inside of a cave too. Like I always find these big open cavernous caves with like water features or lava and stuff like that. Look, here comes the sun. Here comes the sun. Yes, we'll check this place out now. But yeah, maybe we'll look at building a cave soon. Now, as soon as I can see a storm comes. That's funny. But see how like a little road right there kind of leads down into the water? There's a lot of areas right here, and then this is the cul-de-sac area that I was kind of talking about. So you got like that rock wall that kind of backs you in, and it like crescent moons a little bit. And then on the other side of the pond right there is where I was kind of talking about you could kind of do a feature too. But that whole area right there with the rock wall behind it, and then the road coming into the right, a road coming into the left, so the house would sit right there in that area, and then we could work ourselves out to the water. Or do we just build on the water and then use that area for like barns or some extra features for the house and stuff? Nice looking spot, like, yeah, like the. And then when you want to go doing farming and stuff like that, this area is full of caves. So, and then dude, you know, I've been thinking about doing some tip videos and kind of show y'all some of the little tricks or bugs or glitches and things like that we've seen or figured out, or someone's told me or shown me over my 2,000 hours of playing this game. And some of them are pretty helpful. Some of them respawn all the ore on the map without you needing to use the thumper. Or, you know, there's some other ones that are kind of game breaking that I don't even use because it just things that would shortcut your progress and kind of cut out the whole reason you're playing a survival game. So, but you know, I can make some tip videos and show you all that stuff with a little bit of a disclaimer saying, you know, that early game players, you know, you use some of these glitches and bugs and you kind of ruin the game experience for yourself. But an in-game player might use some of that stuff and it not affect them. They'll still continue playing the game because it's just an assistant to them, because they're using it to cut some of the grind out or something like that. So I can teach y'all some of that stuff. Just let me know in the comments if it's something y'all are interested in. Maybe I'll make a video. But yeah, it's crazy. We ended up getting some rain here. But y'all let me know. Is this where we should build? Right here? Like, or should we head up and go check out another spot at the beginning of episode 2? And we scout a few locations. So if I do anything off of the video, I'll probably only do farming materials, get some cabinets set up or something like that. I won't do any building, and that way we can pick a location together. So thanks again, everybody, for checking out the video. I hope you enjoyed this and are looking forward to more of this and what kind of base we'll come up with. I've got one or two designs in my head for what I want to do here, so shouldn't be too hard for me to kind of flow through that quickly and plop it out fast. So, but yeah, so I could go down to that lake there, which is always awesome to build, or we can go up to that lake right there, which I kind of want to do a build up there. I started a world and have something going up there, so I might leave that for that build. But watch out, damn trees are falling. So we're gonna wrap it up. Make sure you hit the like button. Head over to the channel, check out some of my other videos. If you're new to the channel and you made it this far, thank you a lot. Appreciate all of y'all's support. See you next time.